Welcome back to Bike Culture Hub. When you hear the name Suzuki T500 Cobra, you immediately think of a motorcycle that left its mark in the late 1960s and early 70s, a bike that broke boundaries with its raw two-stroke power and a reputation for being ahead of its time. It was bold, fast, and memorable, and while it was eventually phased out in favor of four-stroke machines, the spirit of the Cobra lived on in the memories of enthusiasts. Now, in 2026, Suzuki has decided to bring that name back to life, but with a twist. The 2026 Suzuki T500 Cobra Neo Retro is not a simple reproduction of the original, it's a carefully crafted modern interpretation that blends the nostalgic charm of the past with today's technology, refinement, and practicality. This isn't just a throwback bike, it's Suzuki's statement that heritage and modernity can walk hand in hand. The first thing that grabs you is its presence. The T500 Cobra Neo Retro instantly looks familiar yet fresh. Suzuki's designers have leaned heavily on the original silhouette and elongated fuel tank with subtle knee indents, a flat bench seat, and slightly upswept exhausts. The chrome detailing is there, but it's not overwhelming. Instead, it's tastefully integrated with brushed aluminum finishes that give the bike a premium retro vibe. Round LED headlamps with DRLs pay homage to the classic round halogen units of the past, while the twin-pod digital analog instrument cluster combines old-school dials with modern TFT readouts for connectivity, navigation, and ride modes. It's that blend of retro styling and modern functionality that makes the Cobra instantly appealing to both seasoned riders who remember the original and younger enthusiasts who want something stylish without sacrificing modern features. The bike's stance is commanding but not intimidating. A slightly stretched wheelbase and upright bars give it a neutral riding posture. Comfortable for daily commutes, engaging for weekend rides, and composed enough for highway touring. The seat height is accessible, making it rider-friendly, and the weight distribution feels deliberate, with Suzuki engineering it to balance agility with stability. The design language is undeniably nostalgic, yet Suzuki has done enough to make it clear this is a 21st century machine, not a museum piece. At the heart of the Cobra Neo Retro lies a 500 cubic centimeters parallel twin engine, liquid-cooled, and tuned to deliver both character and usability. Suzuki deliberately avoided going the four-cylinder route here. Instead, they engineered the twin to mimic the feel of the original two-stroke while keeping it efficient and emissions-compliant. The engine delivers around 55 horsepower and close to 47 Nm of torque, making it lively in the mid-range and smooth at the top end. What sets it apart is the way Suzuki has tuned the throttle response. It has that eager, slightly raw edge that nods to the original Cobra's reputation for power delivery. Combined with a lightweight chassis, the bike feels quick off the line, responsive in city traffic, and more than capable of holding its own on highways. It's not about outright speed, it's about character, and Suzuki has captured that balance beautifully. The exhaust note deserves its own mention. Suzuki spent considerable time tuning the Cobra Neo Retro's sound to replicate the spirit of the old two-stroke howl, but in a modern, legal way. The twin-pipe exhaust system has a deep, throaty burble at idle that rises into a crisp, aggressive note as you climb the revs. It's one of those bikes you'll find yourself revving at stoplights just to hear it sing. It adds to the emotional connection of riding the bike and makes the experience all the more special. Handling is another area where the Cobra surprises. The bike is built on a lightweight steel trellis frame with modern suspension components. Up front, you've got 41mm inverted forks, while the rear is handled by twin shocks that are preload adjustable, another nod to retro design, but with modern damping for comfort and control. The result is a ride that's firm enough to be sporty yet comfortable for longer journeys. Cornering is confidence-inspiring, with the bike feeling planted without losing its flickable agility. Suzuki has made sure the Cobra isn't just about looking the part, it actually delivers when you lean it into bends. Braking performance has also received a modern upgrade. Twin front discs with radial-mounted calipers and a single rear disc provide strong, progressive stopping power. ABS is standard, of course, but Suzuki has also equipped the bike with traction control and multiple ride modes, sport, road, and rain, so you can tailor the throttle response and power delivery to conditions. There's also a slipper clutch for smoother downshifts and an optional quickshifter that makes spirited riding even more enjoyable. These features highlight Suzuki's intent. This isn't just a retro-styled bike, it's a fully modern machine hiding under nostalgic aesthetics. From a comfort perspective, Suzuki has kept ergonomics at the forefront. The seat is well cushioned, the riding triangle feels natural, and the suspension tuning helps absorb most urban imperfections. For longer highway stints, the Cobra feels stable and refined, with minimal vibration creeping through the bars and pegs. Even at cruising speeds of 100 to 120 km per hour, the bike feels composed, which makes it practical for touring as well. Fuel economy sits around the 22 to 25 km/L mark, which is respectable for a 500 cubic centimeters twin, meaning it won't break the bank when it comes to running costs. Combine that with a reasonably sized 15-liter fuel tank, and you've got a bike capable of covering serious distance between fuel stops. In terms of customization, Suzuki has gone the extra mile by offering a catalog of factory accessories. You can opt for different seat styles, retro-styled windscreens, luggage racks, and even performance exhausts designed to further enhance the Cobra's character. This makes the bike not just a purchase but a platform for personalization, something many riders will appreciate. It allows owners to tailor the Cobra to fit their style, whether they're leaning into the retro aesthetic or pushing the performance side of things. Now let's talk about the price, because that's where Suzuki has played it smart. The 2026 T500 Cobra Neo Retro comes in at around $8,499 in most markets, positioning it competitively against rivals like the Kawasaki Z650RS and the Yamaha XSR 700. Considering the combination of nostalgic styling, modern performance, and Suzuki reliability, it represents solid value. It's not the cheapest in its category, but it feels like a premium product, and the legacy of the Cobra name gives it an emotional advantage that numbers alone can't measure. For enthusiasts who remember the old Cobra, this bike will feel like a long-lost friend returning with new stories to tell. For younger riders, it offers the chance to own a piece of history reinvented, to experience a bike that carries the DNA of Suzuki's rebellious spirit but is tailored for a modern world. It's stylish enough to turn heads, capable enough to satisfy spirited riders, and versatile enough to fit into daily life. That's a rare combination, and it's what makes the Cobra Neo Retro a standout in today's motorcycle landscape. At the end of the day, the 2026 Suzuki T500 Cobra Neo Retro isn't just about specs or features, it's about the feeling it creates when you ride it. It's about blending nostalgia with innovation, and about carrying forward the story of one of Suzuki's most iconic motorcycles. Whether you're riding it through city streets, carving up mountain roads, or simply parking it outside a cafe where it's guaranteed to spark conversations, the Cobra makes you feel connected to something bigger than just a motorcycle. It's a reminder that motorcycling is as much about passion as it is about performance. This has been Bike Culture Hub, diving deep into one of the most exciting neo-retro motorcycles of the year. If you enjoyed this review, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more in-depth explorations of the latest motorcycles, and share your thoughts on the Cobra Neo Retro in the comments. Would you choose this over its rivals? Does Suzuki's blend of nostalgia and modernity work for you? Until next time, ride safe, ride smart, and keep the culture of motorcycling alive.